The Jedi Council. 12 of the galaxy's most powerful Force users, seated in a circle of wisdom, judgment, and secrecy. For thousands of years, their word shaped the destiny of entire civilizations. They were the final arbiters of peace and justice, but also the architects of their order's greatest failures. And so a mystery endures. Was the Jedi Council the galaxy's greatest safeguard? Or was it the very flaw that doomed the Jedi to fall? Today, we'll trace the complete history of the Jedi Council, from its ancient beginnings to its fiery destruction, and investigate whether this governing body was a beacon of wisdom or a cage that blinded the Jedi to their own destruction. The Jedi Order began not as generals, not as politicians, but as seekers of truth. By the time Coruscant became the galaxy's heart, the Jedi had constructed their temple atop an ancient Sith shrine. The council was structured with precision. 12 members, 5 permanent seats, 4 long-term and 3 rotating. During the High Republic era, roughly 500 years before the Clone Wars, the Jedi Council stood at its zenith. The Republic was expanding through new hyperlanes, bringing distant worlds into contact with Coruscant. The Council dispatched Jedi as diplomats, explorers, and guardians, far from the capital, into the Outer Rim. Chancellor Lina So launched her great works, projects meant to unify the galaxy. Chief among them was Starlight Beacon, a station symbolizing Republic outreach and Jedi commitment. The Council approved and lent its Jedi Knights as emissaries of hope. But shadows crept into this golden age. The Nihil, anarchist marauders led by Marchion Ro, struck at the Republic's frontier. The Drengir, twisted plant creatures steeped in the dark side, emerged to threaten entire systems. Each new crisis drew the Jedi Council deeper into politics, closer to the Senate chamber, and farther from the quiet meditation of the Force. By the final centuries of the Republic, cracks had formed. The Council still presented itself as unified, but doubts gnawed at its foundation. When Qui-Gon Jinn brought the boy Anakin Skywalker before the Council, he invoked an ancient prophecy. The Chosen One would bring balance to the Force. Qui-Gon was convinced. The Council was not. Yoda, Mace Windu, Ki-Adi-Mundi, they all sensed danger, fear, and an age too late for training. Their decision was rooted in caution, but caution became blindness. They failed to see that prophecy and destiny cannot be confined to procedure. In denying Anakin, they pushed him toward resentment and into Palpatine's waiting grasp. Even as the Sith Lord rose in plain sight, seated as Chancellor, the Jedi Council did not see. They were powerful, yes, wise, yes, but they had become insulated, bound by their own rules, and increasingly mistrusted by the very galaxy they sought to protect. When the Clone Wars erupted, the Jedi Council faced a fateful decision. The Republic had no army. The Jedi could either stand aside or lead. They chose to become generals. It was a role alien to their philosophy. The Jedi were guardians, not soldiers. But war forced them into armor, into command posts, into killing. And with every battle fought, their independence eroded further. The Council grew suspicious, even paranoid. When Ahsoka Tano was framed for a bombing of the Jedi Temple, the Council cast her out, only to welcome her back after her name was cleared. But the damage was done. A faithful Padawan, disillusioned, walked away. Even Anakin began to lose faith. When the Council asked him to spy on Chancellor Palpatine, he saw betrayal, proof that they mistrusted him even as they demanded loyalty. And so, when Palpatine declared the Jedi were traitors, the galaxy believed it. Order 66 shattered the Council in a single night. Yoda fled. Obi-Wan barely survived. The Chamber of 12, once a circle of wisdom, became a tomb filled with smoke, fire, and silence. The Council had not only fallen, it had failed. Yet the idea of the Council did not vanish. When Luke Skywalker rebuilt the Jedi, he chose not to restore a ruling body of 12. His Jedi were fewer, less centralized, more flexible. Perhaps Luke saw what the old Council had missed, that centralizing wisdom can too easily become centralizing blindness. The Council remains a symbol of unity, of wisdom, of order, but also a warning. For in their quest to guard the light, the Council became rigid, fearful and blind to the shadow in their midst. So the mystery remains. Were they the guardians the galaxy needed? Or did their very structure doom them from the start? The Jedi Council stood for thousands of years. They shaped galactic history, guided countless generations of Jedi, and sought to embody the will of the Force. And yet, in the end, they could not even save themselves. The question is not whether the Council was wise or foolish, but whether any council, bound by politics and procedure, can truly hear the will of the Force. This has been Unlocking Lore. If you want to continue exploring the mysteries of Star Wars history, subscribe and join us as we uncover the secrets hidden in a galaxy far, far away.